Can we do this at the top of my head? Pretend that these dice have 9 areas. This is what it looks like. This is what one side looks like. It's 9, right? But every side is a cube. 999, 999, 999, 81 and 81. Aha! Aha! Allah! Aha! Allah! Aha! You know that 3 makes the diameter. You know that 4 makes the circumference. 4 by 90, 3 by 120. 4 by 90 is 360. 3 by 120 is 360. 1 and 2 is 3. 4 by 9 is 36. 3 and 6 is 9. 13 hours in a day. And now I just made a video and I was talking about quarter time because quarter time is the number 2 and 5. Now it's a whole explanation and I'm not sure if you want to sit here and watch this video, but I know I'm going to do it because I'm doing it and I'm watching because I see me right in front. First come, first serve. I'm the first one to watch. Who's the first one to watch this video? It's me. I see me. Hello. Crazy guy. How do you know I'm a guy? I'm a girl. I'm a girl. You know why I'm a girl? Because when I do my hair, I'm thinking. The cat. Licking the hair. Getting the information. So anyways, let's not fool around anymore. 13 hours is the first step of the day because it's 12 and the first step is to 1 o'clock. 60 minutes. 360 degrees around. 3760. Okay? Or 160. Or 1 and 6. Is the beginning of the light. 3760 is the time of work we call the Jewish calendar at point 0. 3760. 360 plus 160. If you add 1 to 16, you would equal to 136. 6 for a touchdown, 1 for the extra point, and 3 for the field goal. 613 laws of Moses. 365 one way, 248 the other way. 2 times 4 is 8. 9 times 3 is 27. 2 and 7 is 9. 14 and 9. 2 times 7, 2 plus 7 is 14 and 9. 1 and 4 comes out over here. The opposite of 5 and 2, which is the number to Earth, by the way. And 25 is 1 quarter, and 1 quarter is a representation of 1 and 4. 2 times 7 is 14. All sides are 7. 4 sides around are 14. 2 and 7 is 9. And 14 is 23. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals number 11. 11 is the beginning of creation because 11 starts with Father. 1 and 2 is the opposite of 5 and 6, 11. 3, 11 is red in pool. It's just connecting the numbers. What the game does by the numbers, obligations of the game. You play pool with the pool cue, the Billy Bat, right? We're going to go around the clock and show you this. 13 times 3. 13 times 3. 13 times 3 is 39. 3 and 9 is 3. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 is the center of everything. When you go into a 7-game series, the 4th game is the winner. When you have 3 balls and 2 strikes, the 4th one is a walk. The 3rd strike. You see, in baseball, there are a total of 7 pitches ready. They throw the 7 pitches out. 4 of them were balls. The other 3 were strikes. Now they put a batter there. And they removed, saying, can't get both. Either I strike you out or I walk you. But I got 7 pitches. Which ones do you want to choose? Which 4? On the left or on the right? You have 7 to choose from. Choose. I can't offer you 6 because something's not going to happen if I offer you 6. 3 strikes, you're out. We know you didn't get the other ball. But I have the other ball because you had the choice of which one you wanted. So I needed 7 balls. And that's a foul smell. You need 7 balls. What's that? 3.5 men? 7 balls? 4 takes you into the next round. 1 and 3 is 4. 4 times 3, 4 plus 3 equals 12 and 7. Back to the 7 that was created here. 3 times 1, 3 plus 1 equals 4 and 3 is 7. 4 and 3 is 7. 4 times 3 is 12. And 7 equals 19. The 19th letter is S. 13 and 13 will create S and S or 90 creation because of the brackets that show up with the 9 and 0, in which flipped upside down, this is actually a 6. If this is 6, it gets a hat. A hat says this side or that side or towards the center, just like my nose is in between two sides. The 5 is the percentage of two keys, in which you see 0, 1, 0, or you see an 8 divided by a single line. Number 1 is now dividing two sides. When you design this design over here, I'm going to show you this design again. We're going to take the camera off. Whoop, we're a little rough, We're going to do this. We're going to take a 0 here, or just a line. We're going to put a line here, right? And we're going to put a 0 here, or a line, right? But what happens, right? And then we're going to put the line down here, right? And the line down here. So was it a straight line? Or was it an S? Or was it a 5? Or was it a 2? Is it an 8? I know there was something in my last video I didn't mention, 8 and 5, which is N and Z turned sideways, which is 14, and which is 26 equals to 40. 40 represents blue. It also becomes 46, and then it'll be X. X, that goes with this. But forget about that. This one over here, 4 times 3 is 12. 4 plus 3 is 7, equals to your 19, which is A and I. They look the same, right? Because 1 and 9, the smallest and the biggest number. Number, single number. Man came after the single number. Man cannot be any of these numbers other than this number. Man can't be anything but this. 616, the bringer of the light from the God of the heaven, who rested on the seventh day, because he rested on your head. He rested on your head at number 6. He was the percentage of the calculation of 6 and 9, which is divided by the S, which is a 5, all created together, 5, 6, 9. The 4 is the dollar side. It is number 11, and it is 5 between two sticks. The 2 snakes of Pharaoh. The 1, the billy bat, that only represented by Q and Z, which equals to number 43, or DC. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 equals 625. There is no 3, 4. 41 times 625 will equal the Mayan count of 25,625. 52 is Earth. 5 and 6 is a representation of the Sun. 5 and 6. 6 and 2 is a representation of Venus inside Saturn. Saturn makes man's head. Man's head, most probably, can be Saturn's. Remember how it works? If it's too small, it's worth the most, and if it's too big, it's worth the least. I went to camp once, and they said, find me the rock, and we always wanted to bring back the biggest rock to get points, but it was the smallest rock because it's the hardest one to find. This billy bat is the timer. Take that billy bat, and there's that dot of the billy bat, and this timer goes on it here, and the billy bat goes all the way around. The percent, this sign over here shows up on number 1, where on the bank machine, it shows Q and Z. The 17th letter, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is 15. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 is 6 and 5, 11. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 6 and 5, 11. BC comes together. 15, which is a representation of Mars. A and E. A and E, and it's also A and E and I and E and E-I-E-I-O, because it's one side and then it's the other side. This side and that side, this side and that side. You know what happens? I put a ball right over here, and I turned this, but the ball always stayed down here. Pretty funny, eh? Put a ball in here, and I held it like this in the ball, and I turned it and turned it and turned it. Didn't matter what I did, that ball ended up down here all the time. You have the 3 key, which is the 9 lives of the cat. Where are you at? I'm in the beta system. I'm playing under the 9 lives of the cat, which are represented between 2 and 4. The 2 worlds of 5, which is 1, 3, 2, 1, down to 4, into 5, over to 6. From 6 down to 9 equals to 15. 9 into 8 equals 17. 15 equals 6. 17 equals 8. 6 and 8 is 101. 6 and 8 have the same percentage on this little piece over here. And then finishes by the 7th gate, number 7. If this was low shoe numbers, okay, you would start in Venus. You would run through Pluto, which is the 9 lives birth. You would be playing in Venus, and they would run to Mars, which is your minds. Now, instead of going 1, 2 together equaling to 3, you are now going 4, 9 equaling to 13. equaling to number 13. S and S, 1 times 3 is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 and 3 equals to 7. 3 times 4 equals to 12, equals to 19, equals to the letter S. S, one letter, it says I. S is the spirit. It's the 19th letter, but it's the first and last letter on the second half of numbers, inside the numbers of creation, where everybody gets a 10. 36 numbers times 10, first 18, second 18. S. If you want to know about baseball and the Twin Towers, 35, 37, 39. 8, 1 with a circle because it becomes add 6, and 39 is 3. 813. The spirit is in the church under 8, split on two sides, 6 and 9. Somehow they're running us in two different worlds. Somehow either we're born or there's just a piece of us, just something, because they know we work on an energy of the one spirit. That hole in the moon or that light in the moon shouldn't maybe not even happen. Okay, or maybe that light should be there all the time, but there's somehow they've broken to that moon. The number of the moon, okay, is 57. This says and what? And 6 and 9. 7 is with 6 and 9 and 5. Okay, 5 is what connects. 5 is what connects this dot to this dot, then over to this dot, to this dot, and this dot. This will only make the design of the Z. If I needed to make the design of the S, I will use every single numbers, and it equals to 54. 54 is the number in the sun. Percentage sign 6 and 9 of this dollar sign over here. I'm not really which way to do it. Either your one line that goes through the heart, which will be 258 incoming, or the line that goes across 101. How is this 101? It's 1 or 3, 2, 1, and over to 4. So we'll go 3, 1 down, 3 down. 1 down, 1 down, 1 down, 1 down, 3 down, 1 down, 1 down. To 1, to 1, to 3. To 1, to 1, to 3. To 1, to 1. Movement on the numbers. If we did it in low shu, I would go to 1, because I would go from 2, okay, but 2 plus 7. You can, if you want to minus 3 from 2, it equals to 9, not 0, right? It equals to 9. 3 minus 2 equals 9. 2 plus 7. So 2 minus 3 inside the 2. 2 minus 3 equals 9. 2 plus 7 equals 9. Okay? 7 and 3 now come together because they both created 9. We don't have no zeros. No such thing as a 0. It's the whole house. It's like a magnet. You see this dot over here? This is a 3 area. You have the circumference. You're the bearing in the center. I don't care where you are in the house. You're in the house. But when we talk about this, we talk about the center, and you're automatically pulled back to the center. Because this is always going to be all around. But it's only what you do in the middle that's going to count. 99. The number to Jupiter, 99. 3 and 7 equals 21, which is the cube, and 10, which is the cube again, representation of a face. All the opposite faces are 10s. 1 and 9, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, and 2 and 8. Oh my God. The star system. 1 and 9, 3 and 7, 4 and 6, 2 and 8. Star system. Did you know that the number to space is 44, S-P-A-C-E? This shows half and half space. This is the space between two places. This is the space between Earth-Mars combination and Neptune and Mercury. And Mercury is the one spirit that is most likely running through man's body, our energy, maybe through our chakra, a beam of light or whatever it is. Well, it's got to be something. It's got to get a number. So I'm not, one runs through one, because there's one hole that runs one spirit. Okay, a hole. The stick here. I got one crayon in the center is the spirit. I'm holding the stick. I'm not holding the spirit. I'm holding the stick that holds the spirit. Here's a dice I'm going to throw. I'm not going to hold it. I'm going to throw it. It's going to land on the table. Look who's holding my dice. Hey, holding my dice. Hey, don't move. Don't move that dice. Keep it right there. I like that. I like that. Don't move. Don't move. So we see we have this as the keyboard. And then if I have to go into my phone over here,
I'm going to go to the phone here, and it's going to show me. How can I get the light out? I don't know if you can see that. It's going to show me rewind on number 1. It shows me P through S, okay? It shows me W, X, Y, Z. This totals 98. But they take away from this one, number 9. They take away the Z from this one and make it 72, which is the number of time. And they take this one and they shove it over here. Don't forget, this is the tape, right? It becomes DC, this one. DC is 4 and 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's memory? 5, 1, 2. Plus 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 4 is 20. Times 3 is 60. Times 2 is 120. Times 3. Not 1. Because there is no 1. We only have 8 numbers here. There's no 9 numbers. This is rewind. This is a missing corner. This is a check corner. We got to skip over this way. Let's call it the leap year. Okay. Anyways, these are the letters. Now, when we go to the letter over here, the 8, it equals to 63. That's the number of moons on the 5th planet Jupiter. T will now represent the Z letter. I don't need the Z letter anymore because T becomes the Z letter. When I multiply the reality of T in numbers, it becomes 12, 2 times 6. And then it becomes, T 0 equals 6, so it becomes Z right away. And then it becomes T again, because 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 is 12 and 8, equals to 20, right? But it's 20, which is a 0. The minute you have 2, 0, add another 6. 20 becomes 26. So we're going to do this one more time. Okay? This is 20, right? Also, the O letter is the 15th letter in the alphabet. So if I really want to put my numbers to work, TO, 20, or 20, okay, is 2 times 15 equals 30, equals creation. All of a sudden, this number becomes number 36. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6. 3 plus 6. 3 times 6 is 18. A and H, okay, which is A and A, actually, because on the piano, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So we get 1, 2, 3. 186 is A, and A in this fashion, okay? And what happens, it's 168 hours in a week, and 186 is the 9 lives of cat. It's 101 away from 7. Now, why would it be 101 away from 7? Okay, 101 away from 7. Where's my pen I was holding in my hand? The reason why it's 101 away from 7, 6, and 8 is 1 plus what is the middle of these two numbers? 1, what? 1, 3, 5, 5, 7, 9. 7 is now here. This is 7 in one world, and this is a 7 in the other world. This is a 7 represented inside the moon, the 7th gate. Why? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 3 and 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4 and 6. 4 and 6 instead of 4 and 6. 4 and 6. And now we have 4 and 6 here. Then we have the other one here. Now we have an inside X right over the FIFO. So I can go on forever as long as I stay in a flow. When I'm in the flow, and I'm going to be honest with you, somehow I felt a little wind blow my way. I don't know what it was. It smelled like weed or something. So I breathed real deep. So I feel like I fell into that realm. So we can also see that this key over here, which is the pound key, they also call it in French the square key. Okay, the reason why we have this is because they're showing you the outside worlds. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 areas outside of this cube, and then there's the passageway in between, because your cube, who you are as spirit, passes right over here, or it's the moon that's right over here. They put all these 4 worlds here, and this moon over here automatically opens this road over here and this road over here. And you know what's funny? 13 times 13 is 169. And this 169th area on the Monopoly board is right here. How did I calculate that? It's too high. In order to do a Monopoly board, you need a square in the corner. Is that correct? Well, this equals 4. And then you need a rectangle. That equals 6. 6, 6 and 6. 2, 4, 2, 9 lives of the cat. There's 3 corners that do this. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. This corner cannot do it. This corner, you go to jail in Monopoly. I'm trying to think. So yes, when we go over here, right? P, Q, R, S. R and Q is 17 and 18 equals 35. That means this whole thing is equal to 70. But when they take this Q and they put it over here on the 1 with the Z, making this 43, turning this from 98 to 72, 9 and 8 is 17, 1 and 7 is 8, to 72. 7 and 2 is 9, 8 and 9. 8 from the old 9 from the old number, 8 to the new number. Or 8 from the old number, 9 to the new number. This one, which was 170, right? The 7th gate to 70, 7 times 10, is now 53, electric company. EC, Earth, 3rd and 5th, Earth, Jupiter, or Venus, Jupiter, depending what it was, but it doesn't matter because Venus and Earth equals to this. 2 has no spirit, put the 3 around it like earphones. Do you see this? They don't have the same thing on the ambulance.
Hey, Ronnie, I see you again. You haven't left. Not till the end of the video. Like I said many, many years ago, I'll be walking up the stairs, and when I get there, I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to look out on the fields and the mountains, and I'm going to say, what do we need to do to enjoy this beautiful planet, to have just enough stress to know that we have to respect, to be able to eat properly, but not go crazy, because we always got to try new things. We need a little bit of science, but we can't sell lies to the people. We can steal. You want to go steal, go pickpocket, no problem. You want to steal, you want to build, steal. There was one thing I did want to mention, sorry. Statue of Liberty is the state of 2, stat 2. It also means to kill, okay? To kill a mockingbird means to quiet oneself. State of 8, 8, a tit for a tat, the state of 8. Everything is 2 to 1. There used to be only one right, and now there's no more one rights anymore. So yes, so this is my vision, where a car can drive down the street and you know your child is walking across the street, that your child is wearing some kind of bracelet maybe, that when the child is in the middle of the street or something, it'll stop that car. Or if you get to a stop sign and the car has to stop automatically, or something goes off, or whatever it is, or that's what they should put in your car. If you get too many tickets, they should just have a little beeper every time your radio is on or something. At the minute you get close to a stop sign, it'll go off. Some crazy things like that. And not have these tiny little sirens on the police cars, but these big giant ones showing that, hey, everybody, look, the policeman's out here. He's a good guy. He's not looking to pull you over. You already know you got to do your shit right. You know what I'm saying? And none of these cars bombing down the street. We're still going to have chases. You're still going to drink too much because nobody respects. Maybe the alcohol will give you a better understanding of life, to know why the spirit breaks apart your spirit, why you can no longer run after 0.08. We can never, and it's not right to say never, but we will not have anything that is perfect, exact for everybody. That won't happen. Ever, it can't. But in the spectrum, like in a company, where you can take people and say, okay, you're no longer here. After you've had the effect that made things not perfect anymore, you throw that person out, you put a new person in, you put a new person in, but still it breaks down. You can say the other companies are perfect. Look, nobody missed work, but this one had, but you needed the spring system. Harry, I can't come in today. Well, you're the only worker in town. What about that lazy bum down the street? So now we have a lazy bum down the street that likes to make just enough money so he can do his own thing. For you, he's lazy. For him, he's working in his mind. But we know we can't always sit and work within our mind. We'll go nuts if we don't speak to others, and no one wants to speak to us if we don't put something outward. Outward. There's always an outward effect. And one of the biggest outward effects is just a smile. Feel that vibration coming on in. I feel like sometimes I'm almost at a church and everybody's going, hum, No wonder the priest has got so much confidence. Everybody's going hum when he's got control. But you got to have control, and you have to give to the people what you're controlling of them. The sensitivity. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Here's to Bob Hope. Now, since there is a Bob Hope here now, I will tell you why. Because Bob is the computer system. Hope is the dual system that we run. H2O is parts of two systems of where the two O's are half and half of each other. The 15th letter, 1.5, half and half of each other. 2 over to 5 equals 2 plus 1.5, 5 minus 1.5, 3.5. That's right. Number 3 and 5 electric company is found between Venus and Jupiter and found between Pluto and Jupiter. Low shoe numbers. Don't understand? Low shoe is a numerological system that I think is made up from the calculator, if you want to look at it, or the number signs, where it goes 159, where it's 404 away. So now in the top left corner is a 4, and the bottom right corner is a 6, just like it was east-west. And you can know that Earth was in the top right-hand corner, 3 of your telephone, or in low shoe, it was Venus, but we're going Earth is 1, 2, 3, that would be Earth, and then across from it is 7. That's 202 away. And when you do low shoe, it's 404, 202. It's exactly the same thing, 2 and 8, 4 and 6. It's absolutely perfect. So that's what low shoe absolutely is about. It's showing you the 202 and 808 if you really want to do it, because 1 to 9 is 8. So 808 away from 1 and 404. 4 and 8 is actually the representation of Pluto. It is 1/2, meaning 2 to 1. I'm not sure I understand that. But 8 times 4 equals 32, which is the freezing mark, because you freeze in hell, well, you roast in hell. It doesn't matter. 32 is between the two. It must be hell. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2 is 6 and 5. It is the letters BC. How about CB codes? 6 and 5 is 11. It's the red planet. 1 and 2 is the opposite. 52 and 61 are 77. Christ runs through the moon. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I'm so happy. I can keep going, go. But I know there's so many extra things, and I don't want to use up any blanket time. I don't want it to be blanket at the time. I mean, I want to talk there and keep you into, so you're saying, oh, yes, okay, we can follow that. But I have to slow down a little bit. I have to get you interested. But if I do it too fast, it's going over your head. You can't rewind all the video and put it forward and rewind it for different, like, okay, we need a group here. We need a group. You got to become a group. Anybody got weed? You can't have a group without any weeds, right? We got to stick together. What do you want to hold on to? You get a little bit of weed. Got to be in the same area, same hut. No one wants to leave. No one ever quits. You ever see anybody quit? You're smoking weed. Nobody quits. Greatest job in the world. What do you smoke weed? You're not leaving? Never? Hey, look, he's a quitter. Great. Imagine somebody quits when you're smoking weed. Everybody's happy. You go to work, you quit, and everybody says, oh, well, where's he going now? What a lazy bugger. You smoke weed, someone shows up, you go, oh my God, don't worry, I won't charge you nothing. It's all free. Oh yeah? Let's take down the, oh my God. Oh, you got a beer, eh? An extra beer. But when you leave on a beer, you don't have on, beer, alcohol, when you make somebody drink, you don't know if he's going to hit you or love you or screw you for nothing. Alcohol, the spirit. Crossing off the spirit, confusing the 3 worlds. But with weed, oh my God, usually they're just falling asleep. Everybody's gay on weed. Smoke too much weed. You smoke until your body shut down. And after that, you know what it is? It's like this weed, you smoke it, and it curls up on your head. And so that extra weed that's still there won't let you wake up until it melts away. And melts and melts and melts, and you start to wake up, and you're, okay, let's go, it's all good, But you do know that the mental state of this is that if you get too much of anything that's good, I'm not talking only about the weed, even when it comes to sex, after that you want to follow, oh, it's boring, we did that yesterday, what do you want to do? How come we become unhappy towards certain things? What changes our own personal thinking in our reality? One of the things that changes mine is this. Everybody's saying, I'd like to save a little bit of money till I'm like 70, have money at least, when I'm older, 80, 90. Great. Yeah, great thing. I'm not really even thinking of that sometimes, saying, oh my God. My greatest fear
was in which told me not to like money in my life, but only for myself and my friends, basically to give it out and have fun with it. Um, my greatest fear was the death. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna die one day, nullified. We're never here, ever, forever, never, forever. I started writing poetry, and my mind started to see a little bit deeper for my own personal reality. Obviously, I wanted to be nice to everybody, but I couldn't stand when they charged me 10 cents more when they didn't deserve it. But who was me to say that they didn't deserve it? And anyways, I was scared to death until all of a sudden they started giving me these drugs, Effexor and Seroquel, and I was taking so many drugs. And, oh my God, I don't feel good. But the minute I would touch my friend's back, phew, I feel better again. So I was scared to death. Oh my God, I would cry about it, and I was going from hospital to hospital and calling and causing myself to worry. And so they say I got psychological problems for the last 30 years, like ADHD and all this, because I overdid a few things that actually hurt nobody other than things that are in my pocket, money. I only used to hurt money, so got me in trouble hurting money because nobody liked when I hurt money. Oh no, you're hurting the money. Number four, 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 four. You're hurting the money. I'm telling you, I know you're hurting the money. I seen it. You're hurting the money. He's the neighbor to the percentage, and he's in control of you. Hurting the money. 13th hour is one. 13th hour is the 25th hour, which is Earth, which is 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, JG. Jack God. Because he's a jack of all trades. You made him who to be he is, because this is man of the earth. Everything that God has given you the power to do, you have done as a substitution with his Holy Spirit. You have broadened his mind. I reached the age of 41.7 months, 417. And all of a sudden, let's jump over to today. I am mostly worried about what I'm going to do after I get to the other side. Am I going to help the people here? Do I get to help the people here? Do I lose my son is in my family? Do I get to retain the son that I had here? Or is life but a dream and a memory and I used to know who my son was? And that's what scares me. That's what scares me. After I'm gone, after they put me down and out and whatever they do, after my spirit leaves my body, after I take off, I'm going to take off. I'm going to take off. 30-minute video hadn't had a sip of tea. I mean, you're the witness. Just check out my video unless I photoshopped it. So, what am I going to do in 100 years? Well, first of all, I don't think anybody that right now, I guarantee you, there is less than 1% of the people will be alive in 100 years. That person has not even been born yet, and the person that will be here in 100 years before he is the age of man, which is 13, okay, will be 113 years from now. Add 1 to 13, it equals to 91, artificial intelligence, and that is the spirit. Hola! Yeah, I sound like a drunk man. I could never do this live. Not unless we warmed up. And by the way, that's my son right there. Okay, that's my son. Donovan. Oh, in fact, my son's right here in the bathtub. Hold on a second. For 30 minutes, no one's going to be watching this anyways, right? It wouldn't be fair, but hold on a second, because it wouldn't be nice for me to show anybody else's face, right? This is my grandfather. Okay, it must have been about 70 years ago, maybe more. 70. This girl here, I don't know who it is, but that one's his daughter. Okay. She looked about 30. So this would be about 70 years ago. He was born in 1914. So he's 101 years old, 101. And guess what? I know he's watching me right now. He's watching me right now doing this video. He's the second person who gets to see me.
Let's not count anybody that's not on Earth. 2 people have already watched my video, and forget about the artificial intelligence that transmitted what they saw from me, because actually number 2 is the wire from my camera. Into the camera, into the computer, out through Explorer. I don't know how many things it took, but it had to get to the other end. So just let's say between me and there is like that. Like I'm always saying, is 10 everything? If I can talk on the phone like this, it's half of one side and half of one side. Really, everything is right here. This is half of one side, this is half of the other side. So then what is this? This is 1 and all that comes with it. So there's a calculation in there. Anyways, this is me. And obviously about 23 years ago, I was obviously 29 years old. 29. No, I had my son at 28. He's going to be 24 next week, and I'm 52. So whatever it is, 28, 29, very close to it. 28, right, 28. So that's me in the picture also. And that's him also. That's, he was probably 20 years old here. No, I'm only kidding. I'm 28 here, and I'm 28 there. Look at that, I had hair. Look at that cute, look at all that hair. Look at that hair. Do you know how old he is in this picture? He's a week old. Isn't that crazy? Maybe, no, he's got to be 2 weeks old max in the picture. Max. In fact, I can tell you exactly what it is. There's a camera on the other side. Had to go develop this stuff. I don't want to lie to you. I can't read it. Okay, so it doesn't matter. He's 2 freaking weeks old. Look at that hair. He's got more hair than me. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy. That is terribly crazy. Raphael, 7286. Thank you for coming into this non-commercialized soap opera of Who Be I. Thank you.